All right, so maybe you can hear me now. I was just talking a little bit, so sorry for the delay. We had Windows 10 update on my PC, and it, you know, I did it all, I thought, and then just now it just shut down and it's restarted again. Okay, let me get into the presentation here. We're a little bit behind. I had someone go out and spotlight video. Manage participant. I need to redo all my little settings. Hold on. Meeting all. And then I was sharing screen while we got so rudely shut down. And I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but I won't do this anymore. I'll just go right to the meeting. Okay, let me see here. And also, when the computer restarted, it took away my document, so I'm going to put that back up. Hang in there. Never fails. I've had pretty good luck with Zoom. It's definitely not a Zoom problem. It's my PC problem. Never expected a hard restart right in the middle of a meeting. All right. And let me check here. Got the straight line in there. All right, we're almost there, folks. And voila. Okay. Yeah, someone said maybe buy a Mac. Let me go back out real quick just in case you guys aren't hearing me or seeing me. Just thumbs up, say yes, I hear you. Okay, good. And then you see me. Okay, I think we're going to be okay. Cross our fingers. Knowing Windows updates and I didn't adjust the settings, they could shut me down right again and then it'll reboot. I was hoping it wasn't going to be one of those 1 hour things. It took like 2 or 3 hours to do the Windows 10 update. I don't know if you guys all run Windows 10. I know some people are on Mac. The computer's running a little bit faster when you do it. That's really not good though when they shut your computer down without telling you. They should at least warn you, we're getting ready to restart. Do you want to start now or not? Minimize. Okay. Let's start out the presentation. We've got a few things to get through. So welcome to the Unified Bitcoin Team's Bitcoin X4 presentation. Our Bitcoin X4 system applies market-proven methods of crowdfunding, donations, member-to-member payment, and we do leverage the power of Bitcoin, which has been pretty powerful as of late. It's had a great year. Looks like 2018 will be nothing short of amazing. And really what we do is we all work together to turn a small amount of Bitcoin into a large amount of Bitcoin in a short period of time so we can capitalize on this market in more ways than one. So we really apply the power of team leverage. It's really the only way to take a small amount of money, Bitcoin, whatever you want to take, and make it into a larger amount is through leverage and working with people or networks or programs or systems, and we have it all combined in one here. Real quick about myself, Robert Cash, Crypto Cash King, 30 years sales and marketing experience, MBA graduate, 16 years in the payment software business. I helped my corporate life and corporate career, I helped companies automate their electronic payments, mostly through the banking system and ACH payments, business to business, and then helped them automate their billing. Businesses are still pretty antiquated. You go home on Amazon.com and a couple clicks of books on your doorstep. You go to work and you're still faxing and emailing and printing a lot of documents and things. So we try to automate, and that's basically what I was doing for 16 years. I've been about 3 years in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency space. I often joke it's like dog years, so I've been 21 years, and I've built quite a few teams online, really gathering around and gaining momentum. What the heck is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is three major things as a quick takeaway. Fundamentally, it's an asset now, and it's a digital asset. A digital asset means that it's an asset, meaning of it goes up in value. So buy low, sell high kind of asset scenario. But it's digital, meaning you can't really touch it. You only can get a wallet or an exchange and then acquire it, and then send it to folks and acquire more of it. And the more you acquire and the more price goes up, your asset appreciates. So that's the first category it really sits in. Mark Cuban calls it a collectible. So he's kind of on board in terms of the asset. And most people in the financial markets talk about Bitcoin as almost like an asset, as opposed to the second big thing that it's moving into. It's an online currency. And there's a lot of power in currency. The Forex markets are 6 to 7 trillion every day. A lot of money being made in the Forex markets, but every country has their own currency. So obviously they don't want some rogue currency to jeopardize the value of their currency. So that's why it's been very difficult to crack into the markets. Irregardless of that, it's going mainstream, and it's now becoming recognized as a currency. And all a currency is you can exchange that asset of value now for other products and services, and people will accept it because they know that they can get it and then sell it off. Amazon.com is still considering Bitcoin. Right now, the fees are pretty high with Bitcoin because everyone's coming into the market. So there's so much traffic and activity that's what's driving the fees up, because the miners want to scoop in and make more money. And they need money to run their servers to process the transactions. That's why when I say it's a digital asset, a digital currency, every one of you have unique wallet addresses, and then everyone will, when you send money, you have a unique transaction on the blockchain. And there's millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of transactions every day on a digital ledger that can be exchanged between parties globally. And we like to say instantly. It's pretty instant with Ethereum and Litecoin and Dash, but with Bitcoin, it's not too instant. It can take anywhere from 10 minutes to 10 hours. And then the third thing that Bitcoin is, it comes with its own payment network. It doesn't need any banking system to run, which frustrates all the banking systems and the financial institutions, because that's how they make all their money. They basically just lend money and move money and get fees. That's where all their profits are at. And I have the banks here because we still need them to exchange our Bitcoin into our local currency so we can keep our bills paid and things of that nature. The Bitcoin X4 system, as I mentioned, applies proven market methods of crowdfunding and donations. And really, we're all just coming together as a network and a team and helping each other raise funds, just like an ICO would raise funds, just like a company would raise funds, just like GoFundMe.org. Everyone's coming together to raise funds for a purpose. Really, our purpose, your purpose. I don't really know your purpose, but your purpose is just to make more money. So you can have money to either make more money in the Bitcoin markets or use it to pay your bills and have a better quality of life at the end of the day. We use a 2x2 board system. We may be shifting a little bit in January. That's what I'll be talking about tonight. It's just going to make it more streamlined and have people get paid more consistently. But as you listen further into this presentation, the pay structure, the matrix structure, is really there for people that want to go out and invite others and invite more than 5 or 6 people, so they, I can reward them for their efforts. And other than that, 85% of the people that join our company, they don't invite anyone, they don't sponsor anyone, and you still can earn Bitcoin. Why did I create Bitcoin X4? Well, it's pretty frustrated in the market. There's a few pretty solid programs out there, but it takes you like either $10,000 or 10,000 years to make money. 1% a day takes a while to make money unless you put in $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Then you're talking. It does take 90 days to get your money back, and then you're moving into profit. So that's really the main vehicle out there right now to earn money in the Bitcoin markets. The other big market is the whole Bitcoin matrix market, to take a small amount into a larger amount. But 90–95% of those programs are just shell games, and the site admin has really set it up. He stacked the cards. It's like going to Vegas and trying to win, right? That's why Vegas is so beautiful and all the hotels are so gorgeous, because they basically pay for all that with everyone losing their money. So the markets were very tough. You know, I was making money, but most of my team wasn't making money. So out of necessity comes invention. The other big thing that I've spent my whole career online is helping solve these two biggest problems. When people come online, the problem number one is they really don't have a lot of money, or if you can just generalize it, no one really has any money to make money. They may have a job, but their job is just, you know, just enough to pay their bills. They don't have discretionary income, disposable income. You know, they have income, and the income is to pay their bills. They have very little extra, right? So when they come online to say, you know what, I want to go try to make more money so I can have some extra money, and start figuring out you know, if I can change my life, and they come online and they don't have that much because they spend all their money paying their bills. So it's like a rock in a hard place chasing your tail. Problem number two, and I'll crack out of here so you don't get PowerPointed to death, is not really being able to recruit or sponsor. The challenge with recruiting a sponsor, it almost comes with this like feeling like, ugh, you know, no one really likes to go out and get out of their comfort zone and go sell and market, which is really just the whole recruiting process. But if you can look at it a different way, and really all we're doing is connecting with people and trying to build a relationship with the people that we connect with. And we try to find like-minded people, Bitcoin entrepreneurs. Maybe if you like to play golf, you want to try to find some golf folks on Facebook that also like Bitcoin, and bam, you got a match made in heaven. You can talk golf, you can talk Bitcoin, and you can make money together. You can invite them to Bitcoin X4. They can go into the other long-term programs that we have, and you build a lifelong friendship along with a lifelong income. So it's not like recruiting and sponsoring can have some bad connotations. My dog's barking. He's getting a little old, and he barks at a lot of stuff, mostly just the wind and me talking. He thinks I'm someone else. Boogaloo. Sorry. So the two major problems. So the first problem is no one has money to make money. And, you know, granted, you may have, you know, some money and you want to make more money. See, even if you have like $500, you know, how do you turn $500 into 5,000? Close to impossible. You got 2 years, and and you got to get almost lucky, and you got to have a lot of help to get that 500 to 5,000, right? So let's talk about another analogy. If you can imagine, and you know, you have no money at all. Hopefully that's not the case. But let's say you have nothing. How would you go make money? How would you find money, right? There's very few ways. You know, the first way is you go out and you can borrow money. You can call mom, dad, cousins, uncles. Say, yeah, you know, I really need some money. You know, it's been rough. All right, I'll send you a little bit of money. You know, or you can go down the street and offer your services. You know, at the end of the day, in order to get money, you have to add value. Value, money. Value, money. It's reciprocal relationship. And value is something that other people will value, and then in exchange, right, they'll pay you money. So you can go down the street and say, hey, I noticed your lawn needs mowing. I'll be more than happy to mow your lawn, $20. Oh, sure. You know, I haven't been able to mow it. My mower's broke. Sure, go ahead. They said you got to be 20. Now you got $20. You ain't got enough to get into Bitcoin X4 yet, but you have money. Now you can take that money and, you know, maybe start a little lemonade stand and turn that 20 into 40, right? Take 25 of that and go to X4, or take 25 of it and pay a bill. You see how you need money to make money. It's just it's the catalyst to commerce. And the other way, obviously, is to get a job. So you go find a job, you get paid, you go into your work, you deliver value to your employer. You know, you do your bookkeeping, you make your coffee, you know, you work at Target or wherever you work, right? Drive the truck. And at the end of 2 weeks, they say, oh, great, thanks for your services. Here's your paycheck, right? And then you get your paycheck, you pay all your bills, your cable bill, your energy, your rent, your groceries. Before you know it, you're like, I got 2 more weeks before I get money again. I'm going to go online and see if I can change my life. So I do welcome you here. And so the net of all this, we are the solution to those 2 major problems. Now, the second problem is, and here's the nut, that 80 to 90% of the people on the planet, they don't really like to sell and market. But the only way to make money online is to sell and market something. So already you may be in that category, that you may not like it. Now, see, if you don't like something, you can actually turn the tables and begin to like it, if not love it, because it's a conception in your mind or a perception that you're thinking, oh, it's very uncomfortable. I don't like to sell and get into uncomfortable positions. You go into a store, they say, hey, can I help you? You're already like, nah, I'm just looking, you're almost afraid to get sold, right? And so you're thinking that I don't want to be that person. You go to go buy a car, right? I mean, that's the notorious car salesman. What do I need to do to get you in this car today? The cheesy tie and the pen and the grease back hair. I'm thinking the 50s and 60s. But nowadays, you go to cars.com, you get a quote, you go in, and you're the salesperson essentially. You're saying, you give me this price, or I'm walking down the street to the next dealership. You know what I'm saying? So the power of the internet has changed a lot of sales and marketing. But net, you need to begin to understand that 80 to 90% don't really like to sell and market, but the only real way to make money is to sell and market. Now, in Bitcoin X4 and programs that you come to Unified Bitcoin Team, you're not really selling or marketing. That's the crux. So you don't really need to like it. All you need to like is meeting other people and building friendships and networks. And I talk about an analogy of kindergarten. Everything you learned in life that's, you learned in kindergarten pretty much, do unto others as they do unto you. Don't touch people without them asking you to touch them, right? But you're sitting in kindergarten, the first day, and you're scared. You just got dropped off at the bus, and your mom's waved goodbye, and your mom's crying because you're at the first day of kindergarten, and you're sitting in class, and you're actually, for me, I remember kindergarten vaguely. I was excited to learn. I couldn't wait to open up the book, do my arithmetic and reading, and I freaking love school. Of course, I went all the way to an MBA. Now, looking back, I have dreams at school, like, oh, I gotta get to my class. What number is my class? I'm on campus, and I'm like going to my locker, and I can't remember my locker combination. So now that I think back, it's like, that was brutal going to school, but I loved it while I was doing it. Okay, so you're in kindergarten, right? And before you know, you're sitting next to somebody, maybe you let them borrow your pencil, right? And all of a sudden you start talking a little bit, and then you go out to recess, and you start talking about what you do during the weekends or at night, and you may want to, you may eventually invite them over, or what have you, or you share your lunch with them at recess or at lunch. So before you know it, you've built a friendship or a relationship with someone. That's how it is online in a larger scale. All you're doing is looking for people to build friendships and relationships with. So it's not sales and marketing and recruiting and sponsoring, spamming your link all over Facebook so they can put you in jail and blacklist the Bitcoin X4 link so you can't even share it if you wanted to, right? So there's just a whole other way to look at it. It's all perception. So the 2 biggest problems of making consistent money online, and if you solve those 2 problems, you now are a man or woman of value. People come to you, right? And they want to come together. And then this is what we're doing now. We're coming together as the X4 Unified Bitcoin Team to work together to help each other, right? To solve those 2 biggest problems for you and for everyone, right? If you don't have money, you come here. You got to have 25 bucks, but we'll show you how to take that 25 bucks and turn it into hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over a 2, 3, 4 month period, not a 2, 3 week period. Remember that. Also, FYI, as people tune in, and I'm about 1 week behind. Now, in the next couple of weeks, and I roll out the new January plan, I may only be 1 hour behind. So, good news coming. But if you've been waiting a week, 10 days to get paid, you'll get paid. I digress. But when you come in and you solve those 2 biggest problems for people, because people come online, all they're doing is looking for a better way of life. They're looking to make money, but they ain't got no money, and they don't know how to recruit or sponsor. So what you do is you share and invite them in. They start seeing how easy it is to share and invite. You give them the tools, the referral link, the group page, the Facebook page, the Zoom meetings. These are all the tools that they can become really professional inviters and professional relationship builders. And then the bigger your network gets, the bigger your income gets. It ain't about hopping and popping in the next shiny object and getting on the top and getting spillover and then, oh God, it's crashed. Oh, I can't log in, 404. Oh, I just lost $1,000. Oh, my wife's leaving me, right? Time to get off the treadmill and chasing your tail. It's about taking consistent action every day with a proven team and system and having short, mid, and long-term income programs, which are vehicles, multi-stream vehicles to build wealth. That's what we do here. And the more you get in and the more you start really getting it, the easier it is to find other people to invite into the family, to the privileged partnership. We are a privileged partnership. It is not a right to be here. When you send me Bitcoin, you don't own me, right? You're my partner. If you yada, 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 and rude and patient and become, not a good person, the only right you have is to get your money back. How many programs online sent in Bitcoin programs this year, in the year, maybe the last 2 years, sent your money back if you lost your money? You see that? Is that a zero? That's exactly right. I'm the only one on the internet that's doing it right now. You can go do your JV Zoos and PayPals and do a dispute in a case and charge back your credit cards, all that mumbo jumbo. When you come and do Bitcoin programs, there ain't nobody gonna give your money back. And that's all the right you have, is you have the right for your money back, right? It is a privilege, and you are a partner. You share in the crowdfunding fund that we put together, and what we're doing is setting up a crowdfunding fund and helping you get some Bitcoin so you can get it into USI Tech and BitConnect and Mint Builder, right? Other longer term programs, and start paying your bills and getting to the point where you're at phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and you're getting somewhere. It's starting to sit right around $500 a week residual income for Bitcoin X4 alone. And then you start getting into other programs, and your $500 a week turns to $1,000 a week, $1,500 a week, $2,000 a week. How? Leverage. The more network and the various programs that you're in, the team, people come in. We're at 1,600 members. We're going to be at 3,200 members in February. Double. Where are all those people going to go? With you in your programs if you're smart and you stick with us. They're going to be in your straight line. I'll be talking about that later. They're going to be in your USI team buying Bitcoin packs. They're going to be in BitConnect, loaned in Bitcoin, and making 1.5% a day. They're going to be in Mint Builder buying gold and silver. And then you can take, literally, you can start out with $20, $50 and turn it into $10,000 a month income here in 6 months. That's what this is about. This is not quit everything and pound Robert every 15 to 30 days and do X4 and that's it. Or do X4 on the side while you go to the job you don't even like, right? So this is very important to understand. Bitcoin X4 in the Unified Bitcoin team's portfolio is the catalyst. It's the fundraiser. Because guess what? Remember the 2 problems? Every single person that you invite, unless you get someone that has $10,000 burning a hole in their pocket, that's very rare, and they're not going to risk that on you initially. They'll put 500 in, maybe. They'll buy a 200 or 400 spot or whatever. But see, when you come in and you have this opportunity, this program, paying consistently, when you go out into the market, everyone has these 2 problems. The people that you invite in, they have no money, they don't know how to recruit. You solve the problem, you get them into the X4 as a catalyst, the starting point to their Bitcoin career as an online entrepreneur. Because you start to teach them, and with these Zooms and the meetings and the group chat and the referral page, how to refer and invite, and build a network, take a small amount of Bitcoin into a larger amount of Bitcoin, start making money, start understanding how money is made, how to reinvest, how to take profits. And then you start introducing to the other programs and they actually begin to ask you, what other programs are you in? Now that, I really trust you, I love this program, I'm making money, bingo. You now have, so you have to look at it like a partnership lifetime value, PLV. You don't want to monetize necessary relationships, but you also have to understand by working together, there's a certain number, that each partner that you bring in could be, over a 1-year period, could be $25,000 in profits. Each person. And that person that you bring in, they also need to think like that. So when you invite someone in and they join X4 and they make money, and over a year period of time, they're in USI, they're BitConnect, before you know it, that one person earns you $25,000. How if you find 10 people? You've made $250,000. You know, Rich Voss, right? The guy who started Amway. He shared it with 100 people. 20 people said, yeah, I'll buy some laundry soap, right? And whatever the hell else Amway sells. They're still like $1 billion company. Only about 20 people showed up at the hotel meeting, right? He only had, after about a month, he only had about 12 people. The next month, out of that, the 6 people that were still in the business 2 months later made him $100 millionaire, because they went out and it went viral. They went out and started inviting. So it's just like with X4. You have to understand that one person you get, this is why there's a lifetime value. They talk about it a lot in corporate world. It's called the customer lifetime value. Now, let's say you sell bikes. Just the first thing came to my mind. You think of anything. Have you ever sold anything? When a customer walks through the door, you have to understand, what is that customer's lifetime value to me and my business? Well, they come in and your product sucks, right? Or your food's bad, or your bike's broke, that customer's gone. That customer's lifetime value is zero. Now, if he comes in and that bike is really cool, and he refers his sister to come buy a bike, all of a sudden customer lifetime value starts to go up. This is what businesses think about. You know, Kmart, Walmart, Sam's Club, every customer that walks through the door, what is that in terms of lifetime value for me? If I can provide products and services, that one customer, it's $12,000 a year. So it's customer retention. And when you're online, you want network, team retention, right? How many times does people come in and they're hopping and popping everywhere? And there's some very few cases, don't let me ever catch you. And you're in this team, right? And there's 1,600 people. There's 1,600 prospects, right? I'm gonna start pitching my other Bitcoin deal to the Bitcoin X4 members. Not that you would do that, but I digress. All right, I'm gonna get back to the slides. I'm gonna talk about some things, cycle assurance. I'm gonna talk about what's happening in January. And then I will look at these comments towards the end, and I'll get there. Okay, let me go back. We have a little bit more participation. That's good. We were only about 90, now we're about 120. Not bad. With 1,600 people in the company, 120 is at the meeting. There's 1,580 watching the football or out Christmas shopping. Hopefully, when they get back from Christmas shopping, they watch the YouTube recording so they can understand how they can take a small amount of Bitcoin and make it a larger amount of Bitcoin so they can go Christmas shop some more. Okay, so what makes us so unique? Well, we're going to be pretty unique even with this new announcement, because it's going to be even more streamlined. But really, at the end of the day, we solved the two or three or four major problems with all matrices. And matrices are a fairly common platform, right, for Bitcoin programs to distribute the Bitcoin payments amongst each other. USI has a big matrix. BitConnect has a referral commission matrix. Mint Builder's a binary matrix. Most of your big EXP assets is a 3x8 matrix and a binary combined, right? So most programs that people are making stupid money, I mean, $50,000, $100,000 a month money. Of course, they sponsor 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people, but it's through a matrix compensation system, right? So you don't want to reinvent the wheel here, folks, but the wheel that we all use has some major problems, because all wheels will break eventually. They'll get a little lopsided, they'll wear out in the tread, you got to go buy another wheel, right? And they get imbalanced, they get to have an improper follow me function. So even though it's one of the most streamlined, and that's why I picked the 2x2 matrix board system, is that it's very, very clean, simple, and efficient. And we really, at the end of the day, solve these problems. Because most matrices, the problem is they get too wide too fast. You know how it is. You know, before you know it, it goes exponential. You know, you have, even if you have 5,000 people in the company, before you know, you have 1,000 people on the bottom level. They all have to go out and get 20 people, and then you need to go to find 20,000 people for the thing to survive and for the Bitcoin to flow up. That's why all these Bitcoin matrices that you see launching, all the low entry, you know, turn 2 cents of Bitcoin into 10,000 in Bitcoin. All the big pay, all the big dollars are on the bottom. You know why? No one can qualify to get to the bottom. So the admin scoops up all the Bitcoin, buys a house, buys a Mercedes for his wife, and starts another program in a couple months. Welcome to the internet. Also, the matrices have runaway legs, right? There's no control. It just runs away. If you get in here on a launch and you say, oh, I want all the spillover. I got in, I'm fourth. There's 18,000 people. Where'd they all go? I don't have anyone under me. Keep logging in and refreshing your matrix, right? They're all over here. These people got busy. Your sponsorship people blew by you, and you'll no longer, you'll get the benefit of most of the company. You pretty much either lose your money or break even if you're lucky, and you jump to the next matrix hoping that you're at the very top so you get credit for all of it. And very rarely do you ever get to the top. You know why? Because admins work with their top 5, 10, 15 leaders, and they put them all at the top. Been there, done that, and have t-shirt and a visor. Follow me functions. This also can be a broken feature where this guy or gal sponsors a lot of people, starts a new board or a matrix over here, starts a new one, starts a new one. The only way for you to follow that person and benefit from the whole team's activity is for you to sponsor a lot of people, because once they sponsor and qualify out of this matrix, like this new deal that they just announced, it has 8 different progressive matrices. You jump from one to the other to one to the other. Before you know it, there ain't nobody can jump through all those matrices. You know why? Because everyone has to qualify through the first matrix, and it gets exponentially too wide. It has runaway legs, so it has all the faults built in already. You're basically just, it's built for failure right out of the gate. So if you learn anything from me, I've been there and done that. Every single program you've been in or you're thinking about being in, I either was in, or I'm in, or I decided not to be in, and I have my reasons. So you can use me as a knowledge base. That's why I'm the CEO of the Unified Bitcoin team. Been there, done that, and you want to hang out with people that are successful, that know what's going on in the Bitcoin market, and then you just ride their coattails for a while, right? Until you start learning, and then you can build off the mothership your own little network, so you can get to 5, 8, 10,000 a month in income, and so you can, have that for the rest of your life. This is not just a make a quick buck and then wonder what you're going to do next week. No. This is what you get when you join. You get the private chat. We have 8 private chats now because each chat fills up at 250. So we filled up 7. I think 8's getting close to filling as well. So we have, like I said, about 1,600, maybe 1,500 people, somewhere in that range. I know some chats have duplicates where some of the leaders, they want to be in, most of the chats because they have their members in those chats. And the chats are primarily for testimonials, telling people and members that someone cycled, and then mostly it's for everyone to post their ads into the chat so we can go out and help you, juice you. It's called juicing, is simply just going out and liking and commenting your ad so you get more engagement, so you get more eyeballs to your ad, and more eyeballs equals more signups equals more Bitcoin. Simple as that. The only other way to get more eyeballs on your timeline or your Facebook group ads is to pay Facebook a lot of money. That's how they make their money, advertising. You get a private Facebook group, you get a replicated page to share with people. You really have a process down where you can work with us and learn the whole Bitcoin network entrepreneurial method of inviting, sharing. You share and invite your replicated page, right? They go through the page and they message you back. So you don't necessarily spam your replicated page everywhere, hoping that someone's going to, like fishing in a pond, you're just throwing your hook out. You're not being smart on what fish you're trying to catch, what bait you're going to use. You're just casting anywhere. You got to really start taking this seriously, and we give you all the tools to do it. But one of the key ways is to, first of all, go find your target market, Bitcoin entrepreneurs. There's millions online. And then you find out where they live and breathe. A lot of them live and breathe in the Bitcoin Facebook groups, but they have their own timeline. You find out about them, you build a relationship with them, and then you ask, have you ever heard of Bitcoin X4? I know you're in USI. A lot of people in USI are using it to raise funds so they can buy more packs. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, let me check it out. You send them your link through the messenger. They go through the link. Yeah, I'll get a couple boards. In fact, I got a couple people on my team. Bing. That's how you build a business, folks. And then, if you just want to pop online for 1 hour every 3 days and see if Robert's paid you yet, then hopefully you have a really solid career, because life is going to be tough. If you're coming online to think that you're going to change your life and you're not executing, blocking and tackling in a professional manner, it's a complete waste of time and a waste of money. This is why I always harp on, when you invite people into our program, you want to make sure you're inviting, quality people, nice, helpful, hungry people, right? Not the greedy, mean, yucky people, because I smell those out pretty quick, and I can't refund them fast enough, and in some cases I can't block them fast enough. So there you have it. So this is something that's a game changer, obviously. I hate to talk about the whole guarantee. I call it assurance. You're assured the cycle, but yet you're not guaranteed. And I still need to update these slides and the websites, to be perfectly honest with you. You got to tell all new members, and even if you're a member, you need to hear this loud and clear. You are a part of this program as a private partner. You're a privileged partner, and you are assured the cycle based on our relationship, your effort, your conduct, right? And if you misbehave when you're at a job, they fire you, right? So it's the same thing here. And so there's no guarantee after 15 or 30 days you get a cycle. The only guarantee you have is to get your money back. How's that sound? And I just cannot emphasize that enough. And I've been talking about this for weeks, and some people think, why is he always saying that stuff? I'm a nice guy, and try to run a company on the internet. Especially one that you can make 400% on your Bitcoin for doing nothing. Man, you attract everybody. And you start attracting the bad guys, right? And we would need to weed out the bad guys. That's my life's mission, is to help good, honest, ethical people make money. I'm not here to help the criminals, right? Okay. Or the people that treat me with disrespect or think that they can force me to pay them and make threats and things of that nature. Okay. Done with my ranting and raving for today. I may actually hit that a couple more times. I may not. I just want to make sure it's loud and clear. I have 450 messages right now. I'll be working all day. I'm 1 week behind. And then when you finally get to someone, you want to help them, you want to send them 400% of Bitcoin, and they treat you like dirt. You may want to work on some patience and being nice, and then that's when value comes back, right? You always have to understand that the only way that you're going to really make it in life is just to be nice and helpful. Treat everyone like you treat your family. I don't know, some people may treat their family like dirt. I don't know. Okay, so cycle assurance you have two options. After 15 days, you can cash out, and then after 30 days, you can cash out. You're cycle assured if you're a privileged partner and you're active and nice, yada, yada, yada. You are never, ever, ever guaranteed to cycle, ever. You are guaranteed a refund. That's it. Option one, you get paid as follows. So if you get, after 15 days, you know what, Robert, amazing program. I'm out, finally, for once, I'm sharing. I'm getting people interested. I have some members coming in. I just love this program. It's so easy and fun. That's like 90% of my members. That's all they say to me all day long, how friggin' cool this is, how they love it, how it's changing their life, right? There's always the scumbags that got to ruin it for everybody. I ain't gonna put up with it. But you get paid the original purchase back plus 50% of that. So example would be $25 spot. After 15 days, you cash in and you get your 50% of 25 is $12.50, so it's $37.50. I round up and pay out $40. And now with the Bitcoin fees, I probably will pay you $38, $37. Just to be perfectly honest with you, if you only can accept Bitcoin, you're going to have to take a hit and share the fees with me. Pure and simple. It's a cost of doing business. It's a cost of being a partner. You share in profits and you share in expense as a partner. So don't turn it into a big, issue. It is what it is. And if you want Ethereum or Litecoin, I'll send you 100% of your payment, whatever I owe you, and you get it within seconds. And I can send $500 in Ethereum for 12 cents, and I send the same 500 with Bitcoin. It's a $85 fee. So here's the payout for the 15-day option. You can see that it's just incrementally going down as you get down to the higher boards. In fact, come January, we may not have these $800 or $1,600 boards. I'm just letting you know. You're still going to be able to make a significant amount of money, even with the first 5 boards. The only reason I say that is it just gets redunculous. cray cray, whatever you want to call it. But people are putting in 800, 1600, and then, okay, Robert, send me $4,000, you know. And so it's like, it's a little bit too much of a party, and it impacts companies' cash flow too much. And that's why we're moving into a phased approach and weekly payout. And people, when you finally realize how good you got it and how you're getting paid consistently every week in Bitcoin by being a part of this team, and you finally set back your expectations to say, you know what, this is amazing. And then you actually start taking that weekly money and taking a portion of it and putting it in other long-term programs so your income can grow. So this is how you need to start thinking. You can't be thinking, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm just going to keep buying $1,600 boards, and then when he pays me, I'm going to buy another $1,600. I'm going to have 500 $1,600 boards, and then Robert's going to pay me $1 million. Right? I mean, this is not like Disneyland or Hollywood, folks. I'm a realist. And even though there's a significant amount of money to be made in this company, if you play your cards right and you're a good person. Option 2, after 30 days, you get the full bang of a cycle. You get a new spot. And once again, you're assured as a private privileged partner. You're never, ever guaranteed. You're only guaranteed to get your money back. And you should be counting your lucky stars you even get your money back, because I'm the only company on the internet dealing with Bitcoin and these matrices that will ever, ever, ever give your money back. All right, I talked about the phase approach. The phase approach started because, to be honest, it's an absolute frenzy right now. We're very viral. Everyone coming in is hearing about all this money being made, and they make a little bit of money, and they're addicted, and they go a little bit crazy. And I don't blame them, because in many cases, it's the first time they've ever made money. And then when they start tasting the money, they're like, I want a lot more money, and I want it now. And and then when I ping them and say, hey, you just cycled your $100 board, you have $300 Bitcoin coming, and you have another $100 spot. Okay, cool. Buy me 3 more $100 boards, you know, or you know, you just cycled your 200 board, you have 500. Okay, buy me. They're just like almost out of control. I have to talk people oftentimes off a ledge, right? Because you got to understand it. You can't just go crazy and keep buying boards. And then part of the phase out approach is to incrementally benefit the entire company, and not just have 2, 3, 4 people in the company making $10,000 a month, and everyone else in the company is making $100 a month. That's how every other program is like. I don't want to be like every other program. Does that make sense? I want 100% of the company and the members making a fair amount of money based on their efforts, right? That's how every company should be ran. But no, it's not like that on the internet. Only 1 or 2% of the people make 98% of the money in every program, but this one. Phase 2, well, really phase 1 is when you come in, you buy your spot, you get the full boat. If you're nice, patient, helpful, right? There's a law of conduct. It's just like you become a partner. It's kind of like an employee to a certain point, because you can get kicked out of a partnership, right? And you can get fired if you're an employee. So you got to start thinking like that when you're in this program. It ain't just some fun and games. You throw Bitcoin at me and you can treat me like a dog and expect me to pay you instantly, and you can't wait 3 or 4 days to get 400% on your Bitcoin. Phase 2 is when you finally cycled your first positions and you're now rebuying boards, and you have, like, some people, they have 22 boards spots, right? And they started out with 3. So in the last 2 months, they've just been, you know, and I was growing the company, and I kind of let it go on because I want the company to grow. I want people to make money. But at the end of the day, you have to say, whoa, Ace, everyone back off the gas. In order for this company to be healthy and run, I want to run it all the way through 2018 and into 2019, and it's just going to maybe morph a little bit here and there. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a fundraising program that you can make a weekly residual income at. That's what the new Bitcoin X4's mission is, to help you and all your new people raise funds and take a little bit of Bitcoin into a larger amount of Bitcoin and turn it into a Bitcoin weekly residual income. Period. End of story. It's not some hyped up, oh, I want to make 400%, you know, make some money and then go spend it and go back and make some money and go spend it and never, ever really get ahead in life. complete waste of everyone's time. You may be making some money, but hey, money is only good if you apply it with the proper laws and physics and with the right ethics and the right value. Phase 3 is when you finally start hitting profit and you get now put into this weekly payment process. And there's a fair amount of people in this weekly payment. Some people already, I'm paying out $400, $500, $600 a week. Not too bad. You know, some people, you know, would rather have their $3,000 right now, but oh well, this is how the company can survive long term to help more members out. So really what it comes down to is as you cycle out of your positions, you start to build up your own internal bank or fund in the partnership. So you can imagine you have a running balance, and then you get paid incrementally weekly on that balance. And that balance can go up because if you continually take action and refer people and participate, your fund or your balance can go up, but your weekly payout will cap out at a certain number. And I'm still working on the number. It's right around 500. All right, here's the announcement I've been working on, and I talked about it Thursday night. It's the new straight line cycler. And you can see the tagline here. It's really the same thing, right? You're earning 400% on Bitcoin and autopilot. It's based on the highly successful Bitcoin X4 system. When you last, I'm in day 70, you last more than 2 months online, you're considered highly successful if you're paying 400% on money, right? And we're defying the law of money and gravity at this point. And how we're doing that is everyone working together, and we're using leverage. And then we use the time and money, the power of time and money, and the multiplier of time and money with compound interest. All these principles are coming together here. This is why we can all come together, and you have no idea how powerful it is by everyone working together with one goal and one mission to help each other make money. It's not trying to join the next hot deal and then scoop up all those people to come join you, and you're at the top and you're making money, and all the people you scooped up aren't making money. Then you jump over to another deal, right? It's all nonsense. All that is nonsense. All right, so here's the straight line cycler. It's a little bit of a, you know, some people have been in straight line cycles. You know, I've seen them advertised. I've seen them work. Once again, the only problem with straight line cyclers is that they don't have me running the company. That's the first problem. Second problem is greed, or just being retarded. One of those two things. And not being able to run the company, or just once you get to a certain point where you've made enough money, you say, oops, site crashed. Oh, someone hacked me. So straight line will work as follows. It'll include 5 straight line spots. And I mentioned it maybe earlier that the whole 2x2 board and the splitting board system, I'm running about 1,200 boards right now, and it's taking me 8 to 10 hours a day running 2x2 boards. And the only reason I'm doing it is to have a compensation system, right, to reward people that are referring others. Well, with the straight line cycler, it could literally, and what I'll be doing is slowly migrating everyone into these straight lines. And you'll still have everything that you have now. You have all the spots that you already have. We'll just migrate over on the straight line. You'll have all your potential cycle of 15 and 30 day assured, as long as you're nice and patient. You'll have all your ability to, your phased approach, your balance won't change yet, right? If you have 22 spots, and now you have to understand, you have to add a board value. Board value, I may move over to my whiteboard. I'm outside, but I may have to hold my whiteboard just to draw it out. I may be able to draw, but let me just finish this out, and I'm either draw on the screen or I'll draw on my whiteboard here. I may do it out here so I can interact with you and look you in the eye and make sure you're paying attention. But so once you're entered into you're now in line to cycle. So you can imagine just a straight line, and the straight line is going to be, right now we have maybe 500 people in the $25 board, so we'll have a line of 500 people. But when I slowly start migrating over, the people at the top will cycle, and then it'll go to the bottom, and the next person will cycle. So I will be incrementally cycling people quite a bit initially. So you'll be, and then as soon as you cycle, you get placed down at the bottom. Now here, Now, every 6 paid members in the cycle line cycles out the top spot. That top spot goes to the bottom again. Now, if you personally, and here's the kicker, is when you start, you know, some big people out there, there's only about 10% of the entire company that are actually even referring more than 3 people. Let's put it that way. But those 10% and those people that are referring people are the ones that are taking me 8 to 10 hours a day. Because they come out and they sponsor 5, 6, 7, 8 people, and with the 2x2 board splitting system, it can take me 2 hours to put in 8 people, believe it or not, because I have to put them on the board, I have to cycle, I have to split it, I have to put them on the board, cycle, split it. I have to in the straight line, you just when you're referring people, and you know how I had the referral special, that's going to run all the way to the end of December, so don't panic. But every time you get 3 people, you get 1 free spot. Well, with the new straight line, you're going to have to get 4 people and get 1 free spot, because I'm not going to just every time I hand out a free spot, folks, you got to understand it's costing me 400% on that in the future. It's like handing out 400% bills. Like if when you pay your energy bill or your rent, and you hand someone an energy slip, and they say, okay, here's the slip, and in 30 days, instead of paying $100 a month for my electricity bill, I'm prepared to pay. It's like handing the electric company a piece of paper saying, I paid you $100 this month. Next month, I'm going to pay you $400. They're like, oh, cool, thanks. That's what free spots are. And can you imagine if I'm giving you a free spot for a $400 spot? Right? And so, but I'm prepared to do it, and I am paying people. So don't get to a point where, well, Robert, that's you the one that started the company. It's your fault. You know, don't always, people always spin it like they want to blame me. I'm perfectly aware of I'm responsible for all my actions. The only reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to make everyone money consistently. And that's what it really says. This makes sure we all cycle more consistently, and it also offloads a lot of my time, because guess what? We're going to get to a point in this company, like I said, I'm going to try to get everyone to that $300, $400, $500 a week consistent Bitcoin income. And then I'll be starting to run meetings where you need to start getting into other programs with some of that money. So you can turn that $400 or $500 a week income into $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week. If you're making $1,000 a week, you're pretty much financially free. I don't know if you're aware of that. You can live anywhere on the planet, probably even at $500 a week. Right? And then I'm going to start teaching about principles and solid networking and social media and social networking and ICOs and cryptos and being into all the hottest programs. And we're going to build wealth together. Right? It ain't going to just be, oh, cool, I can turn 100 into 400. You know, send me my money. You told me you'd send me all your money. Hurry up. It's been 2 hours. Okay, so that's the announcement. Let me go back out. I have one more. Steps to get started. I can cover that real quick. You basically just pick. So when it comes to the straight line starting in January, because what's going to happen is I'm going to honor all the 2x2 boards and all your spots and all your money and all your payouts and all your, right? That ain't going to change. Some people are panicked, like, oh my God, you're going to change the whole company. I'm going to make nothing. No, you're going to make the same or more consistently. And I'm going to have way less work, so I can even be more helpful to help bring more. And it's going to be able to get our company from 1,600 to 5,000 members by February. And when you're humming at 5,000 members, you can pay out 400% for a very, 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 very long time. And I will be hiring a couple people most likely to manage. I may even hire one person to manage the 25 line. I may hire another person to manage the $50 lines. You know what I'm saying? So I have like 5 people on my team online at all times. And all it is a Google Drive, a Google spreadsheet. And if you can imagine a Google Drive or a Google spreadsheet, and you can imagine 400 people on a spreadsheet in one straight line, and the top person is a little green, and they cashed out. I cut and paste them at the bottom. That next person is a little greenie, and they cycle. I copy or cut and paste them at the bottom. The next you see what I'm saying? And then how I'm going to run it. Let me pop out of here so I can explain it better. How I'm going to run it. I may use this board. I'm not sure. I can do it visually. Is it for the see the only thing here? This is it'll run so smooth, and everyone still has their 15, 30 days. 88% of this company, they ain't sponsoring. They have sponsored no one. Right? Why do you even need a 2x2 board? Just to see if someone else is sponsoring so that they can help you cycle? You're already assured the cycle at 15 and 30 days. You see what I'm saying? I could throw out the entire 2x2 and just turn it into a 15, 30-day program with a crowdfunding program that we all work together and raise some funds every 15, 30 days. The reason I put in the straight line because it's sexy. And you can cycle quicker. You don't have to wait 15 to 30 days if you go out. Because when you invite 4 people, you know, automatic spot. Guess what? When you're in the line of people, and I'm not even sure how I'm going to quite start migrating. I'm going to start migrating on the. It's going to take me. That's why I say it's January, because it's going to take me 2 weeks, if not 3 weeks, to migrate. How I'm going to migrate is I'm going to go to each person that's on the 2x2 board, and I'm going to message them on Facebook. If they don't get back to me within 2 days, they go to the bottom of the line. If they message me, hey Robert, yeah, I've been busy, but you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a priority on members that are active. And when I launch in January, people will be like, Bitcoin X4, I've been hearing about that for about 2 or 3 months. And they're doing a straight line now, and I can turn 100 into 400. I get a new spot. I want in now, right? And they'll come in right under you. So what happens is in the line, we'll edit the line, right? We'll add a line, and your referrals go right under you, pushing you up quicker. And every 4, you get a new spot. So as you come up the line, boom, cycle, boom, so you have the 2 free spots from the 4. So that's how it's going to work. I'm thinking longer term in terms of cycling, because now if you just join this company in a straight line, you can promote. Maybe you'll get 1 or 2 people, and after 15 days, you raise your hand, you message me, hey Robert, you know, I'm on a cycle. I had the $100 spot. Okay, here's your 150. You get a new spot in the line. We'll have we'll have 5 links instead of 1,600 links, board links, 5 links. In fact, it'll be published out onto a public website where you can click on it, open up the drive, open up the spreadsheet, and see you. And then you can go to sleep that night and get up next morning, and you moved up 42 spots. See what I'm saying? You feel me? Instead of looking at these 2x2 boards and trying to strategically put people in and splitting them, and then I'm running, you know, $525 boards, and 480 of them are just sitting there. Because the only 20 that has activity are the ones the recruiters out recruiting. So they're still going to get rewarded in the straight line. So you will see the light in this. Because like I said, if we started in January, we had no compensation plan whatsoever. You just sent me your Bitcoin. Every 15 to 30 days you can cash out. We would still need a mechanism to try to invite people in. The mechanism would be you can make 400, either 150% or 400% on your Bitcoin in 50 or 30 days. If you can't go share that with people with proof of payment and testimonials through the friggin' roof, then you may not be able to do this business, right? But if you have a straight line on top of it, it's just another layer, another mechanism. It's just like having the 2x2s to the 15 and 30. So, and what it's going to do, like I said, it's going to free me up. So you don't have to wait 5, 7, 10 days to get paid. You can get paid in hours. And then you know what will happen when you start getting paid? You'll be like, yeah, I got nothing to worry about, nothing to complain about. I'm not waiting around no more. All of a sudden you come to the day of reckoning. The day of reckoning, I talk about it quite a bit, is when you finally realize and you start seeing money coming in more consistently. You start seeing how money is made on the internet, which is working together as a network and a team in solid programs. That's how money is made on the internet. You come together as a team, and you typically sell products and services. Now, we're not necessarily selling products and services. We're working together and sending each other payments in a crowdfunding platform to help each other raise funds. And then we do go out eventually, right, and send our Bitcoin to BitConnect. BitConnect coin just went up again by almost $400 a token. I bought it when it was $60 a token. I've made 800% on my money. It's a top 20 token on the planet Earth. It pays you 1 to 1.5% a day. Or you take your money, bring it out to USI Tech, and you purchase your Bitcoin packages. It is spent $100 million on server farms. They're mining all the hottest tokens: Ethereum, Zcash, Merino, the windstorm happening. So this is where you start. And then the ICO, there's Token Pay, that's super hot. Electronium just came back online. You can open up a Cryptopia account and take your Electronium. I have like 44,000 Electroniums. I bought them at 1 cent. Actually, I only bought I only spent like 400 and I bought, what is it, 4,000, I guess, so because it was 1 cent each. No, I only spent like 200. I only started out with 2,000, but they had a referral program. So I have 44,000 Electronium tokens. There was one dude online I'm watching. He has 480,000 tokens of Electronium. It's at 1 cent. Guess what it is now? 5 cents. So I have $44,000 times 5. It's not bad. Guess what? Electronium could go to almost $10 a coin in 2 months. I'll have $440,000 in 2 months. Now that's like, yeah, it's a pipe dream. That's just one token, folks. Token pay right now is it was paying 100%. I think that's down. I did it on my timeline. You go to my timeline right now and see token pay. You may want to get in. I think it's like $150 minimum. You send your Bitcoin in, but with Electronium, I'll get back to Electronium real quick. You just open up a Cryptopia account, which is a Bitcoin exchange account, and you send your Electronium to Cryptopia because they have a Cryptopia, Electronium address now. And you can sell your Electronium for Bitcoin. So if you have a fair amount of Electronium right now, you can bring it out to Cryptopia, sell it, convert it to Bitcoin, and cash in. Now, it may not be smart because I'm going to sit on that 44,000 of Electronium, and it could be a lot of money. So that's just one example, folks, of this business. And X4 is just a way for you to finally get out of that income, that job that you friggin' hate. You ain't got no time to make money online because you're too busy working for a boss you don't like, a job you don't like, you're not making enough money, you're living day to day. How do you go from here to here? You work your butt off. You stay up an extra hour at night. You get up an hour early, right? You study the Bitcoin crypto markets. You get into X4. You get into USI. You get in, you sign up for USI free and buy one pack. It's $55. You make 1% a day for 5 days a week, right? You get to a point where it is so cool when you log into USI and you see your packs going up, right? You want to get to a point where you have 500 packs, $50 a pack. What is that, like 25,000? But eventually, even if you have 100 packs, if you have 100 packs, that's 5,000. You're making $50 a day. If you have $5,000 in packs in USI, you're making $50 a day for like 4 or 5 months, right? What's $50 a day? It's $1,500, folks, a month just in USI with just $5 grand. How do you get $5 grand? I don't know. Go back to how do you make money? Go borrow it from an uncle. No, you don't ever want to borrow money to be in this business. You don't necessarily even want to use a credit card, but in this case, it may justify getting a credit card and buying it $2,000 or $3,000 in Bitcoin and putting it in BitConnect and putting it in USI because you can start making 1 to 1.5% on that money times 30. That's how you build up, and then you have X4, and you're making $200, $300, $400, $500 a week, right? ETN, yeah, Electronium was pretty popular in about the last month and a half, and someone was just in the chat. Let me go 60 a pack, yeah, Janet, because USI, because it goes on Bitcoin price. So still 60 a pack, you know, you can do the math. But see, this is what you need to do. So you're not here to make a quick buck and take that money and go pay a bill because the bill collectors are knocking on your door and they're going to repossess your card. Now that may be where you're at, right? But see, X4 is a vehicle, and the Unified Bitcoin team is to be a part of a team and a network that's looking out for you. You now are a privileged partner, and you have the opportunity now to take your life to the next level. You're not going to do it alone, right? Trying to do stuff alone sucks. Even though I kind of enjoy, you know, going out and play golf by myself, take a walk on the beach by myself. You should be comfortable with yourself, but you see what I'm saying. In order to build wealth, you have to be a part of a network. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. All the wealthiest people on the planet build networks. Everyone else works for those networks. Right now, you're either working for a network, which is your job, or you're building a network, which is X4 Unified Bitcoin Team, right? And before you know it, they start competing with each other. Before you know it, in X4 and USI, BitConnect, Mint Builder, all of a sudden you're making as much as you make in the other network you're working for, which is a job. You get up on Monday morning and you want to shoot yourself, no offense. And all of a sudden you take your money that you're making at your job and putting it over here. Before you know it, you have the same amount of money. You drop your job and your money just keeps going up. Why? Because you're finally free and you're doing what you want to do. But you also have to understand that being a Bitcoin entrepreneur or network marketing entrepreneur or affiliate marketer or making money online through social media, whatever, so you can start doing into other channels, right? You can get into web design, you can go into web marketing, you can do Shopify, eBay. You start having all these options. You don't want to get spread too thin. You want to spend the next 3, 6, 9 months building up this network with X4 and USI, and then, you know, sometime in June of 2018, you can kind of pull your head up and see how's it going. And how can you get from making $100 a month to $500 a week in X4? We incrementally get back in, and then you're going to get capped at right around $800 in spots. Meaning, if you're going to go in the 200 and 400 line, you're at 600 total spots. This is another thing that people got to understand. Everyone talks about boards. It ain't about boards. It's about spots. Because in every board, you can have multiple spots. Every spot earns you 400% long term. So you got to add up your total spots. Right now, people are adding up their spots, and they probably have $3 grand in spots, which means I owe them 12 grand. Not a very comfortable place to be in when you're a company, when you have your members. All you're trying to do is help them, but you're now indebted 12 grand to that one person, and you have 1,600 people in line. So you have to start hopping and popping and making changes and making it streamlined and phasing it and paying it weekly. You got to understand that. We all are sharing as partners in the profit pot. It's the bucket where you raise your money. Now, you also have to understand when you start making money, you don't just not do anything. And you can do that as long as you're a nice person and I don't smell it, and you never really learn the skills of networking. You never really learn about Bitcoin or crypto. You're in the straight line Bitcoin X4 cycler, and I'm paying you $500 a week, and you're out, no job. You don't even need a job because you're making $500 a week with Robert. But you can only do that so long, even though this could be eventually your job, meaning your main source of income. But I don't want necessarily everyone to rely on X4 as the main source of income. I'm having quite a few people talk about X4 like it's the pot at the end of the rainbow. No, it's the beginning of the rainstorm that forms the rainbow. It's like when you walk in, I do this analogy too. You know Wizard of Oz and the Yellow Brick Road? The Yellow Brick Road is Bitcoins basically on the ground. And gold and silver, because if you're in Mint Builder, you can acquire a collectible gold and silver with Bitcoin. I have 500 people and only about 40 people that are active. It's 460 joined for free and did nothing. Hence why you never make money online. You got to spend money to make money. Remember, one needs money to make money. But when you walk in, it's like the amusement park. You ever been to Disneyland, Disney World, Harry Potter World, Universal Studios? You walk through so Bitcoin X4 is the where you give your ticket. You look out over the horizon, you see the castles and the fountains of gold, right? And the utopia. When you first come into the gate, that's X4. And you still have to kind of, when you first get into the park, you got to kind of help out. You got to, make some hot dogs for people. Maybe you got to go over to the bathroom and empty the trash. You got to kind of start earning your right to be there. It's just because you pay for the ticket don't mean you can run over and play in all the fun rides. So not necessarily a good analogy, but you got to understand that it's a journey down that Yellow Brick Road to get to the wizard. And I'm the wizard. And when you go and talk to the wizard, better be nice to the wizard, or he'll shoot a lightning bolt at you, and you're out of there, right? Or if you're nice to the wizard, dilly dilly. Remember the Bud Light commercial? Oh, dilly dilly, it's a spiced beer for you. Okay, you take him to the torture chamber, whatever. So we all have to be nice and get along, and then you get into the park and you start really becoming a helpful participant. You start earning the right now to walk further down the path, starting to enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? Where did that comment ever come from? Fruits of your labor. It's a pretty old quote, ever since Aristotle or something. But you are rewarded for your labor. You're not rewarded by throwing Bitcoin at me. All right, Robert, where's 15, 30 days? Pay me. Hey, yeah, give me your address. I'll pay you. I'll pay your money back. Okay. quite a bit of quotes coming out. Larry cycled 5 times now, has boards of 25, 50, 100, 400, 600. Let's see, 500, 5. So Larry, you're at 525. So you see what I'm saying? That everyone eventually will get to a point where you have at least $800 in board spots. Right now you have a 25 and a 50. You have $75 in board spots. But that means every month, I should know, I already know this by heart, but I should, it takes me a while. You make $225 a month on those 2 spots, and they renew. As soon as they cycle it, you get 2 more, and then you cycle again. So every 30 days on those 25 and 50 spot, you're making $225 every 30 days. Now, if you have $800 in boards every month, you're making about $3 grand every month. I divide it by 4. That's where I come out to hit where that 500 or 600 a week, because I'm paying incrementally weekly. Wait, why don't you just pay me the $3,000? Because I don't want to. And you got to understand the time value of money. And I also want to start teaching you principles that money doesn't come quick overnight. It comes from effort and value, right? It doesn't come from throwing Robert Bitcoin and having him pay you and you go off and do nothing. That equation will not add up long term, because you got to understand, if you luck out and you finally start making some good money and you're making $100,000 a year, you got a couple $100,000 in the bank, you can almost officially say you're comfortable. And you go on vacation and you're sitting there with your Corona next to your loved one. Maybe your kids are playing at the pool. Maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you left your cat at home, whatever it is. If you don't sit back and if you don't feel good about what you're doing in life and what you've done in life to get that 100 grand and you got the 2, it's all waste. Because money does not make you happy, folks. Money just gives you the opportunity to get to your happiness. What is that happiness to you? That's what's important here. I always try to say, you got to start listing out what you really want to do in life. The only reason why you haven't really did what you really want to do in life is because you're too busy working at a job you don't like. Make sense? You don't have enough money and time to do what you want. That's what this is. Once you get that, man, it's game over. Because you get up in the morning, you cannot wait to wake up. You don't want to go to sleep. That's why I work 15 hours a day online, 7 days a week. It's the essence of life. Where I get most of my power is by helping you. And if you're in receiving, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, the teacher's here. He's at the door. Are you going to answer? Right? Because you don't get many times where a teacher will come and say, okay, I'm prepared now to teach you. And I want to teach you how to live the life of your dreams. Are you ready? No, just pay me my 15, 30 days. Yeah, you're a scammer. It's a money game. Right? Out of 1,600 people, there's about 100 of those. So I'm trying to weed them out. But you need to start. And then the other big thing I talk about, and I'll end up here because I'm at my 90-minute mark. And I start losing people at 90 minutes, even though our attendances went up. We started out around 80, then we went to 115, now we're at 134, so not bad. Close to almost 10% of the company. And then I'm going to put this out on YouTube, and then make sure you start sharing this with people. Say, hey, have you heard of Bitcoin X4? It's coming in January. They have a straight line cycle. You can make 400% of your money. You get paid out in 15 to 30 days, cycle assurance. You get also, there's a whole unified Bitcoin team. There's one team, one system, multiple streams of income. You can turn literally $50 into 100,000 a year. Interested? Right? What was that? 2 sentences? The people that aren't interested, number one, you don't even want to talk to them. They're not interested, because you know why they're not interested? They're either making 100,000 a year already. They don't even know who you are. Number 2, they have such a big ego, they think everything's a scam. Number 3, they've lost all their money in 1,000 programs, right? Number 4, you know what I'm saying? So you need to start filtering those people out. You need to start with people and start building a relationship. And then when you share something like that with them, they're like, wow. So start with your closest network. Bring them into the network. Once again, build the network. The bigger the network, the bigger the income. And all we're doing when we're building a network is we're coming together as a team and a system, helping each other. I was going to make a point there, and I can't remember what it was. I'm going to remember. It's the life of me. No, I mean, I was going to go on about the 4 biggies, which I think we already know about. There's something I was going to say about, maybe something help me here. No, I won't spend much more time because I know how busy we are. So I'll give you the updates. Let me go back up to the top, make sure I didn't see anything or miss anything. Yeah, there's now with Bitcoin, there's the exchanges that are out, and then you can also start buying Bitcoin for retirement. You can go to coinira.com. I mean, it's crazy. And you may see, the way I look at it is like a USI and a BitConnect. That is the retirement accounts. Even though there's always risk. This is why you always want to work multiple streams. Companies could just poof, disappear. As far as we can tell with all the due diligence, you know, USI has been around for like almost 9 years now. The first 8 years they did Forex trading, and now they're doing crypto and crypto mining. So profitable if you do it right. You got to be like flat out dumb to lose money in mining. And you almost have to be flat out dumb not to make money in Bitcoin at this point, because all you got to do is put Bitcoin in a wallet and you're making money, right? And all they do is they have a couple $100 million in their bank, and they're making like $8 million a day just on Bitcoin prices going up. So, and then BitConnect, same thing. They're using Bitcoin that people give them, BitConnect, and they're funding their ICO, which is their token. Soon, you can exchange the BitConnect token for Bitcoin in real time. Like just a couple days ago, I took out some Bitcoin or BitConnect because it was at 400. So I sold a little bit. You go in, you hit exchange, sell, boom, boom, Bitcoin wallet. 2-3 grand, boom, right over from BitConnect to boom, 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 boom. It's a real-time exchange, and you get 1 to 1.5% a day. So you gotta open your eyes, man. And the only reason why you haven't been in USI is because you don't have no money, or you didn't know about it, or you think it's a scam, right? Same with Bitcoin X4. Money game, joke. Okay, we're running 70 days. We have 1,600 members. I paid out probably $150,000. I paid out 12 grand in the last couple of days to members. Instantly. And we have runway all the way through 2018 at this point, especially with this new program. Okay, so updates. What is it? 12/16 Saturday. Yeah, so my daughters are still in Europe. They're coming back on 22nd, so we'll probably still have our Tuesday night meeting, but we will probably take a break, and you'll just be able to send these Zoom meetings out to people if you want to build a business from Christmas to New Year's. That's kind of like it's going to be kind of a quiet week. I'm going to be making transition. You still can get paid 15, 30-day assurances. I'm still going to be sending out, I'm still going to be updating, but I'm going to be making transitions in that 2-week period from Christmas all the way into January. And about the first week of January, we're going to roll out the straight line. We're going to convert the 2x2s into the straight line, and I'll be putting up the docs, and I'll getting some of my help. And so I'll have the line set up. You'll still have all your bank and your value, your weekly pay. Some people are coming up. Today is your weekly payout. Tomorrow is more people getting paid their weekly payout. The next day, people are getting weekly payouts. I already have a document set up for people that have a certain amount of money owed. And here's your weekly payout amount. I sent you $430 last week. Here's another $430. You want to take Ethereum or Litecoin? That's another biggie. Is you still need to, if you have even a Coinbase wallet, folks, you have those 3 tokens already built into your wallet. So when I say, okay, you just cycled your $100 board, you get $300. Do you want Ethereum or Litecoin? What? I don't even know what that is. And if you, a week ago, if I sent you Ethereum or Litecoin, you would have doubled your money. It went up like 200%, both of them, 200 or 300%, both of them. And in Coinbase, you go to wallets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. You click on Ethereum, you click on receive or request, boom, there's your Ethereum. It's OX, yada, yada, yada. That's your address. Send it to me, instantly send you 300 Ethereum. You want the Ethereum, you want to cash out, sell your Ethereum. If you have a debit card, you can sell it and send it or convert it over to Bitcoin right inside Coinbase wallet. You have like Exodus, Mycelium, Uphold, a lot of them, and even blockchain now has Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So all you do is get the Ethereum in, and you can exchange it from Ethereum to Bitcoin. Then you can take Bitcoin out your debit card, or in Coinbase, if you attach your bank account, you can withdraw your Bitcoin right to your bank account. In fact, I think you can sell Ethereum or Litecoin on Coinbase now and go to your bank. Now, word of warning, it's like, shh. Coinbase is a little interesting. They have a lot of terms and conditions, and they are the PayPal of the crypto world, meaning they, see a lot of money coming in and out of your account, and they're kind of getting a weird feeling about you. will turn your account off. So I don't want to scare anybody. So you need to have other alternative wallets. The only reason I have a Coinbase, I haven't logged into Coinbase for like a month. But the only reason I recommend it for people is because you can go in and pretty easily get verified and add a credit card so you can buy Bitcoin. Then you go out and you should have Exodus.io, download the app on your laptop or download it on your phone. Mycelium, M-Y-C-E-L-I-U-M, Mycelium app. Spectral Coin's decent. BitPay's decent. Gemini, Uphold. See, there's this family of 10 or 12 wallets out there other than Coinbase. The only reason Coinbase is so popular because that was the de facto, because it's easy to get people in and get verified. It's like the PayPal of Bitcoin, because you can get in, you get verified, you add your credit card, you add your bank account, yada yada yada. But then every once in a while, if your amounts start going up and you get a lot of money going in and out of your Coinbase accounts, it's flagged. It goes to the Coinbase alert team, and they look at it. And if they don't really feel comfortable with you, they'll freeze your account. You can look at the terms and conditions. They don't really like this whole affiliate network marketing thing going on. And then coinpayments.net is decent because they're built for all the Bitcoin matrices out there, right? You know, you join any Bitcoin matrix, go to Coin Payments, right? Sometimes you got to wait like 9 hours for your payment to go populate so you can see your matrix in the back office and then lose your money. But coinpayments.net's decent wallet. So I digress. I want to make sure you understand that is that with Coinbase, the reason I talk about all of this is that everyone should be able to start to accept Ethereum and Litecoin. Because I can send $300 in Ethereum, it costs me 32 cents. I send $300 in Bitcoin, it costs me $42. Now I go over to blockchain and I'll send you Bitcoin, that's same $300, and then they're charging me around 18 bucks. Guess what? Instead of sending you 300, I split it. I take 9 off it. I send you 291 in Bitcoin. You share the $18 fee with me. Any payouts. I'm just warning you. Now with Uphold, I can send Bitcoin and they don't charge that much, but sometimes it can take 4, 5, 6 hours. But who cares? It's on the blockchain. You'll get it. You already waited a week to get paid anyway. Make sense? Okay. What else? So yeah, so Tuesday night we'll have our normal Zoom, and then as we move into Christmas, it'll be a little bit quiet in terms of Zooms, but you still have all the recordings. I have like 18 Zoom recordings. I'm probably going to start deleting some of them. I want to just keep up, especially I'm going to keep up the last 2 or 3 when I'm starting to talk about the evolution of the company, where we're moving out of the 2x2s and the straight line. We have the 15, 30-day assurance. I'm going to also in January, I'm going to have a whole new referral page set up, right? I have a cool, sexy ocean video where I'm walking down the beach, you know, multi-millionaire Robert Cash. Well, I'm not that rich, but the Crypto King. I'll be talking about the Bitcoin X4 and the evolution of the company. That'll be the intro video, right? And then down below will be all the testimonials, how the straight line works, how your money is made. Then I'll have a Zoom, a most recent Zoom, just like it is now, but it's going to be upgraded, right, to all the new buzz. And I'll be throwing in some more testimonials because we have testimonies through the yin yang. I may actually, just for the kicks and giggles, we don't really need that many more members right now. We have so many members coming in, it's friggin' nuts. But if I do one post and say Bitcoin X4, down below, just comment what you put in, what you've made. And I'll probably have 500 people engaged in that one Facebook ad on my timeline with all the comments. And we could go from 1,600 to 2,500 members in that one post. So that's how much power you get when you start having a big following and you're the Crypto Cash King, right? But I'm not probably won't even do that until January because we don't need to do it. We have enough members now. We're super healthy, and there's plenty to be made. But it's all coming. So come January, you're going to have all this new sexy site to share. And what it means is that you now in 2018 will have the opportunity to become free. Do what you want, when you want, get up when you want, go to bed when you want. Help your family out, help your mom out, help your dad out, help your kids out, everything. And you can start looking at your job and say, I don't really like my job that much, right? And then this is what I was going to say earlier. I never got to it, but I'll end up on this. Is when you get to a point, and this, I bring this up just to kind of wake people up, is that, and I talk about people's mom or their dad. Now, they may be gone. God rest their soul. My dad passed away about 6 years ago.
Mom's still alive. Just talked to her last night. She's like 84 years old. She works full-time selling jewelry in like the Gottschalks in Jersey or something. It's just amazing. She's this amazing woman. But when you think about your mom or your dad, right, and let's just say, what would you do for your mom if she really needed something? Right? You'd do freaking anything. You'd give your life. And what would you do for your kids if you have kids? What would you do for your son or daughter? Now here's the kicker. When you get that feeling of being to just ultimate help, ultimate love, when you convert that energy and turn it into, that's how you now approach the Bitcoin entrepreneur and the social media and Bitcoin X4 and building a Bitcoin team. As soon as you have that same energy of what you would do for your mom is what you want to do for people out on the online to help them, you've made it. You've got to the point where your mindset is in the proper place. I want to make sure I always say that because it's so key, because oftentimes people come online, it's all about me, me, me. I want money. I want Bitcoin. I want 400%. Robert, why aren't you answering me? It's been 7 days. I want my $75. It's like, dude, if you're panicking about $75, you need this more than you think, right? Because over the next month or 2 months or 3 months, you better start working consistently with this program and my teachings and my help and the other long-term programs, so you can get to a point where $75, you ain't worried about it. If I owe you $750, then you have some room to ping me, constantly. You see what I'm saying? You got to get to a point where, and it ain't going to happen overnight, folks. Okay, so I got to run. I'm over my time limit. I'm just going to scroll the questions one last time. So yeah, get fired up, guys. I mean, the only issue right now is waiting. Right? That's life. Hurry up and wait, right? I can't wait to go to Disneyland. Oh man, Disney World, Jurassic Park World, Universal Studios, or wherever you're going, and you get there, and you wait in line. I mean, there was times where I'd wait 4 hours for to go on one ride, right? But when you're on the ride, it's like the 5-minute ride was worth the 4-hour wait, right? It's kind of how it is here. Because when you're giving away 400% on Bitcoin to members, and I say this and some people take it the wrong way. You're getting 400% on Bitcoin for doing nothing. Some people say, well, I'm not doing anything. I'm working my butt off. I'm sharing really. Yeah, so don't take it the wrong way. But you see what I'm saying? So if you have a program like that that's actually paying, you're going to have to wait a little bit because there's so many people. It's like trying to get tickets right now for the last Return of the Jedi or Jurassic World, right? You better go on Fandango and pre-buy your seat and reserve your seat, because if you go to the theater without pre-buying your ticket, you're going to be waiting in line. And if it's cold out, you're going to be freezing your you-know-what off, right? That's what Bitcoin X4 is right now. It's the friggin' Return of the Jedi. The Force is with us. And this isn't the last thing. You have to understand the power of coming together. When everyone comes together, there ain't nothing like it, right? It's the power of working together and helping each other, and that's what energizes and drives the income long term. And then we pick out the other programs, and all the most successful programs online right now is just people coming together with one goal. It's to make more money, but they take the assets and the resources and just keep scaling up. All right. Sanjeev's had no audio. Sorry to hear that. I may have been muted out because I rebooted my computer. Let me see here. I'm just scanning. So I'm going to be back online. I'll be working all day. I may want to slip out to the gym for an hour. So it's 11:40 on the West Coast, which is what? 2:40 on the East Coast, and got it maybe 3 in the morning in Nigeria. I have no idea. But once again, one last thing is that in the messages, I'm going to make sure you put asterisk 4 days, asterisk 5 days, asterisk. And then right after the 5 days, 4 days, 8 days, 10 days, you want to put, if you can fit it, board link, new paid member, cycle assurance. So I can start, logging and tracking and prioritizing, because literally, folks, no matter what you need, I'm about 1 week behind. And I've been 1 week behind for 2 weeks. That's a lot of people coming in that wants the Bitcoin, right? So I just urge everyone to stay patient. It's coming. Bitcoin's coming. Be prepared when I message you. Oftentimes, I get together with someone. It's been 7 days. Sorry, George. Sorry, Jim. Sorry, Joan. All right, so what can we do? Oh, just scroll up. Scroll up. Like, you got to be able to summarize real quick. yeah, you know what? I needed cycle assurance on this 25 board I bought on November 3rd, and a $50 board I bought on November 8th. And I need to add 2 people. Their name is Jim on the board 25 and Joan, board 20. See what I'm saying? In one little tiny paragraph, you can tell me everything that you needed done in the last 7 days. So right now, while you're waiting for me to respond, do that. Get your asterisk ready, get your days, and then if it only says 2 days, you got another day or 2. Because I'm going after 10, 11, 12, 8, 9 people days waiting to go. And then, but if I see 10 days and I open the email and all they want to do is see their board link, to be perfectly honest with you, I say, can you send me a reminder? Off to the next one. If it's 12 days, I open it up. Yeah, I got 2 boards that expired on December 3rd. It's December 16th. It's like, oof. All right, and then I start having a little conversation. Hey, have you watched the recent Zoom? Are you liking, commenting? Oh yeah, I'm really busy. And I get it. This is the day of reckoning when it comes to Bitcoin X4. If you're going to still be a privileged partner or not. So I would really emphasize that you tread lightly at this point. Say, Robert, man, this program is amazing. I'm so happy to be here. Sorry, I've been kind of a little absent, but I would really love to stay with the program. Here's my positions. All right, cool. Here's your $500. Here's your $400. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending stupid money to people, and if you're not nice, you don't get stupid money. You get a refund. Make sense? Right? You're back of the bus, or unfriend, and then unfortunately some have to go into the block zone. Right? So, all right, I got to run. I really appreciate everyone's time. Happy holidays. Love everyone. Great effort all the way across the board. If you're a super nice, helpful, patient person, you want to make sure anyone that you invited to tell them that they also need to be a privileged partner that's nice and helpful and patient. We got to minimize the pounding. I know you need Bitcoin. I know that you need your money. You need it for Christmas shopping or whatever. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get at least everyone paid and paid up by Christmas. I have 9 days. And I'll try to get it done in 7 days. So you have a couple days to go shop while there's still specials. Make sense? All right. Talk to you soon.